She was your first real love,
First
right?
real love, yeah.
Talked about living together.
Moved in with her at a young age. It was tough, man.
How hard was it to get over that?
It was really tough. I don't know if I'm still over it yet. I mean, but there's a lot of stuff that reminds me of her.
Wedding bells will be ringing for singer Justin Bieber and model Hailey Baldwin.
Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin confirming their engagement.
I heard no prior to the tour. Listen, I'm still really hurt and still trying to figure out my way, and I'm not ready to make a commitment to you. You know, I'm not in a place to, you know, be faithful and all this sort of stuff that I wanted to be, you know, but I just wasn't there. Just hurt from my previous relationship. I think I still was dealing with a lot of unforgiveness. First time me and Hailey met, I was on an early morning show. For the most like young girls though back in the day, it was like, we want to see Justin Bieber type. She was like, got there, her eyes were like closed. She was like, nice to meet you. Like, she didn't care at all.
Hey, my name's Steve.
And the third song,
how you doing, bro? This is my daughter, Hailey.
The third song is...
Yeah.
His mom and my dad kind of just connected as friends, and we invited them over to our house the next day, so him and his mom just came over for family dinner with me and my family.
Kind of just like randomly kept in touch from then on. Like, I remember I'd randomly get like phone calls or texts from him, just like checking in and...
Just like your vibe as you grow is just so chill.
What was it about her that made you want to be with her?
I am all about really genuine people, and I feel like she's one of the most genuine people. You know, she just has a good heart, and I can talk to her about anything.
Justin, how's everything with Selena? You guys still buds?
Selena's great. Matters was written when I was in you know,
Prison?
a great I was in a great place in my relationship, and at that time, you know, she was all that mattered in my life.
With SG? Or?
It really was.
That was really love, though.
It was.
You know
No, of course, I was definitely in love.
Oh.
I know what I'm doing. Hey, step away from the stove.
I know him though, and I know his heart, and I know what he would do to hurt me. But then you make me feel crazy. You make me feel like it's my fault.
Is there a song that is a response to The Heart Wants What It Wants?
No, my inspiration comes from her.
Comes from that.
Yeah.
I mean, because that was obviously an emotional...
It was a long relationship, yeah, real relationship that created heartbreak and created happiness and a lot of different emotions that I wanted to write about.
How much of this is inspired by Selena?
A lot of it, dude.
How many songs would you say?
Probably like 3.
3?
So now everyone's gonna be listening. Is this one about Selena? Is this one about Selena?
She was your first real love,
First
right?
real love, yeah.
Talked about living together.
Moved in with her at a young age. It was tough, man.
How hard was it to get over that?
It was really tough. I don't know if I'm still over it yet. Definitely went our separate ways, and I love her, and I want her to be awesome, but there's things that remind me of her, and yeah, it was my first real love.
You worried that maybe you met her too early?
Yeah, I wrote a song. Actually, it didn't make the album, but it was called "If I Would Have Met You in 5 Years." It's just like, how true is that? How many people go through life and end up meeting someone and it's just feels so right, but it's just the wrong time. So many people can relate to that.
How much of you hopes that she doesn't find anybody serious?
You know, it always sucks when you see someone you love with someone else, but I just want her to be happy, honestly. I just want her to be happy.
You still talk? Ever pick up the phone and just say, hey, what are you doing, and chat for a few minutes, or?
Yeah. She's someone I love dearly, dude, and I'm never gonna stop loving her. I'm never gonna stop checking in on her. I don't think relationships, if you end a relationship, you should end that, unless it was super toxic and you guys were hurting each other physically or mentally, but we always respected each other, and we still respect each other.
Why did you break up? It sounds like it's a good connection.
Yeah, I think we're young, and there's things that we did and things that we said to each other that were just kind of like, we broke some barrier. It's things you just don't say to someone you love or do to someone you love.
Out of immaturity, or?
Out of immaturity and out of selfishness and out of just being human, dude.
Justin's uncertain, but doesn't seem to rule out reconciliation.
I don't know what happens in what's gonna happen in the future. I think we both got to do some soul searching ourselves and figure out ourselves before we can just try to figure out each other.
The 3 of the songs on this record are about Selena.
Well, I didn't really say that, but
if there were, which 3 would they be? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry, a little bit.
And then?
Mark my words.
Mark my words. When you, your first love,
100%.
it's like your first love you never forget.
Yeah.
So that must be really hard for you.
It is tough. I mean, but there's a lot of stuff that reminds me of her. You know, in like relationships, like you see something on TV and you're like, oh, I remember when we used to watch this, or I remember this smell, it reminds me of a time.
I mean, do you see yourself, do you think you'll ever get back together? Is that a hope for you? Do you think that could happen?
Maybe. I mean, we have a lot of history together, so I'm sure, I mean, it possibly could happen, but I think we're both just on our own journeys of just figuring ourselves out.
Yep.
And I think maybe once we figure ourselves out, we can come together and make an awesome duo, or, you know, she'll find someone awesome, I'll find someone awesome, and I just want her to be happy, honestly.
Yeah, well, that's sweet. I know that she loves you too. All right, well, I hope exactly what you said. I hope you either get back together or you both are happy with somebody else. But first love, especially in front of everybody, and we all watch this happen, it's tough. Wedding bells will be ringing for singer Justin Bieber and model Hailey Baldwin.
Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin confirming their engagement.
The two got engaged in the Bahamas over the weekend. The couple dated 2 years ago, but they split up. However, they've been appearing together in recent weeks, fueling speculation that they were back together.
This marriage has been a hugely important development in your life.
I think she is definitely the reason. There'd be no story without her. There would be no, she just ties it all together. She's the person that I'm learning to, you know, love unconditionally, start a family with. So I have a lot of peace just knowing that I have the rest of my life to build a relationship with a solid foundation, trust and patience and all the things that go into building a healthy relationship. I'd let her know prior to the tour when we were hanging a lot. I said, listen, I'm still really hurt and still trying to figure out my way, and I'm not ready to make a commitment to you in a way that, you know, I just don't want to say something and do the opposite, because I just don't. I was at the point where I'd done that in the past, and I just was like honest with her. It was like, you know, I'm not in a place to, you know, be faithful and all this sort of stuff that I wanted to be, you know, but I just wasn't there yet. And, so
And what was hurting you at the time? You said you were still hurt.
I think I was just hurt from my previous relationship. I think I still was dealing with a lot of unforgiveness. To be honest, I don't think I even knew what I was really struggling with at the time. I don't think I knew I was dealing with unforgiveness. I was just in a place where I knew I didn't want to like tell her one thing, and like, you know, I felt like she respected me at the time, and I had a lot of respect for her. And so, but either way, she loved me, and seeing me with other people hurt her. And so with that being said, she went out and did things that hurt me. And so it was just this hurt. I've hurt her, she hurt me. And then before tour, we just really stopped talking. I was really upset. You know, before that, in my previous relationship, I went off and just went crazy and went wild, just was, you know, being reckless. This time I took the time to like really build myself, try to make the right decisions and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I got better. And so she would reach out to people that were like, that we knew.
Check in on you.
And check in, and she would get like you'd hear, right? You'd hear like, oh, he's doing so well. And she would be so pissed off because she's like, he's not doing well without me. Like, just didn't know what the heck was going on. And so I really took a deep dive in my faith, to be honest. I just went deep into like, I believed in Jesus, but I never really like, you know, when it says following Jesus is actually turning away from sin. And so there's no, what it talks about in the Bible, it's like there's no obedience. There's no faith without obedience for me, but I never really implemented it into my life. I never like was like, I'm gonna be obedient. So I was like, I wasn't sleeping around. I wasn't doing a lot of stuff. I just was kind of by myself.
It was time for you to reconnect with Hailey, and that you had gotten to a place when you knew that you could potentially actually pursue something substantial.
I just felt there was a lot of resolution in my life. I'd seen her at an event, and I'd seen her with a baby, and something just clicked, and it was like, wow, she's the one. And I was able to see really clearly, and I just seen her across the room. She was holding a baby, and I just seen the nurturing look in her eyes. It was like, I want the mother of my children to look at a baby the way that she was, and she just, the way she was carrying it, and I just seen something so special, and I just was like, I want that, and I knew that she could offer that to me. Yeah.
It was a great story.
Thank you.
How quick was it after that?
It was,
seemed pretty quick.
It was very quick. It was a couple months later, I popped the question, and then it was a couple months later, we got married. That's a big commitment. And my parents were never married, so I never had that, I never got to see what that really looked like. So I'm like, can I even do this? Do I even know what it looks like to do this? But I just felt like God was saying, I'll show you.
So that's a huge step to take.
I'm the sickest chick in the game. She's so awesome. I think she's the only one that can put up with me. For real. I'm so sorry. You forgive me? What about now?
Playground? Does this look like a playground to you? This is a studio workplace, and you're disrupting me. That is not cool. With that outfit on, I put that in my Cosmo fashion app to get a D-.
Baby? Baby! Ah! Ah!
This one over here, Hailey, she just, every time I do something stupid, she forgives me, so there's that. This girl forgives me left and right. Okay. I'm a damn nightmare. Hailey, I think like she loves me being happy, and like even if the music sucks, she's so awesome and cares about me so much. She would just love the fact that I'm happy doing what I love. I miss my wife. Did you get that on tape? It wasn't doing it. Being able to spend my life with someone and know that there's always that person, the idea of stability is something that I really never had growing up. And it's something that I've always really wanted.